Something that really surprised me was just how important of a state Alaska was, like how much of an impact it has on the United States in general.
The ice formations up there, the polar bears, the plants getting out on the tundra to see the animals as well. I mean, it's a place I've only heard about. I just found it a fascinating region with so many different aspects all in one state, and I just really wanted to be a part of that, especially with how prevalent everything is becoming in Alaska.
The Arctic Summer Internship Program offered through University of Alaska Anchorage was originally established by the first iteration of ADAC in 2016. It's part of our fellowship program where we require 2 10-week internships. It offers an Arctic immersion experience for students where we hands-on visit Utqiagvik. We fly from Anchorage to Barrow, and students join us for that experience each year. It's a fantastic program. We have an Anchorage-based portion of it, an online component, as well as one where we actually go up to Barrow. It is one of the most fantastic programs to really talk about all aspects of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It really focuses on STEM, but it's very broad. We address everything from policy to engineering feats. We talk about glaciology, as well as a lot of the geological aspects in the Anchorage area with liquefaction, the challenges with the Port of Alaska and Anchorage, and we really partner with a lot of folks across the state to make this program really unique and an incredible Arctic experience for students.
The journey to the edge of the world, I think, is one of the coolest things that anybody could ever want to do. Just to go to a place so untouched by humans and to experience nature in its fullest extent. My interest in this program started when our internship opportunities came out, and I saw that the Arctic was one of them. I love research and I love marine science. I love conservation and finding ways to conserve like a place as unique as the Arctic. I thought that it would be an incredible opportunity.
Something that I learned, just how small and interconnected the Arctic kind of research and policy community is. We look at the Arctic as this massive thousands of miles of coastline and sea-coast area, but the amount of people that are actually learning about, experiencing it, researching it, interacting with those communities is actually like really small.
The immersion experience when we actually fly to Barrow and actually staying in a community, it's interesting, I think, for students that have participated in the program to come here. Some of the students have never even seen snow, but actually going to the Arctic in June when the high temperature might be 35 degrees and understanding there's no trees and being part of the culture, engaging with the local community, engaging with the people that live there, talking about the challenges that they've seen over the years, the obstacles that they're overcoming with energy, with food security, with the changes that they're seeing firsthand, including fisheries, the opening of the sea ice, permafrost degradation, how they're transitioning from using ice cellars, potentially commercialization for refrigeration units. But until you're actually there talking to members of the community about those challenges, it opens up everybody's eyes when you see it firsthand. We arrived and stayed for a week in June. The first day that we were on the ground, students were able to get training to ride snowmobiles out onto a lagoon where we drilled ice cores from the lake and then talked about the different effects that were sort of happening, materials that they found in it, the different gases. And then within 3 days, we were using ATVs because the snow had melted so much.
ASIP won't ever get old. It certainly won't get old for me. I live and learn and just really enjoy this program on an annual basis. The quality of the students is just fantastic. They're hungry for knowledge. Their baseline awareness of the Arctic I found is improving. Their preparedness for the experience has increased markedly. Therefore, I think the impact that we're making was improved over time as well. One of the key things that we do in ASIP is we have a fairly flexible and agile schedule with the field, but we also leave room for just serendipitous opportunity that comes along. I think at the time we were heading out to Point Barrow. It was a really thick fog, and in the distance we could see a seal hunter. Lo and behold, it's a good long-term friend of mine from Barrow, and he had just harvested a seal. And then so all of a sudden this side trip, it turned into this cultural awareness experience where students ask the locals directly, a lot of the questions that we'd been covered in an academic setting, they were able to cover just talking to someone living their subsistence lifestyle.
What we have found is, although there's knowledge of the Arctic, there's not a lot of on the ground knowledge. When you bring them up here and you have a tabletop exercise, and as part of that you have to take them out into the environment they're going to operate in, show them this is what you're dealing with. I think that's what many of them are looking forward to do. They want to get out and they want to do.
And so what we really want the students to explore is not a response to a single threat. It's how they can be proactive and how they can bring that level of planning and a resilience mentality to whatever they choose to do in the future.
One of our more immediate goals is to understand the unique requirements of those that are going to be working with emergencies in the Arctic region. One of the most important things is to understand the forces that are shaping the Arctic over the next 5 to 10 years. And from that, we could help to understand the characteristics that we want to build into the workers that are going to be up there in the Arctic, particularly those that can be dealing with emergencies.
I think that it's important that students learn that there are some unique aspects to the Arctic domain that make it different and more challenging than operating in the lower 48. But at the same time, a lot of the challenges related to cybersecurity issues like ransomware, denial of service attacks, all of that's happening up here as well.
CyberChamp was one of the projects that was recently selected to be a part of the new ADAC-Arctic educational offerings. What does cybersecurity and the practice of cybersecurity from a workforce development look like in this space? We can get involved with the University of Alaska. We can develop new courses. We can look at how to expand current courses to maybe add and fill in some gaps that we didn't realize were there. We can bring some awareness and some education and opportunities and even excitement to the students that are looking in a cybersecurity field, giving them real life scenarios and ways that we can plug them right in to the DHS mission here in Alaska. I'm excited to work with the students and to see what they have. To be honest, they'll be more of an expert on the cybersecurity field than I will be, and I look forward to their thoughts and their ideas on how to make their learning experiences better, as that in turn will help us make the cybersecurity and the protection of the mission that we have here for all the DHS components even better and stronger. That is what I think is really unique about the ADAC-Arctic program and bringing it together with all the different levels.
I have known for a while that I want to be a researcher someday. And so this opportunity I think will provide a lot of insight on how I could potentially do that. Long term, I would love to study like beluga whales in the Arctic. Marine biology on marine mammals would be incredible.
The Arctic Summer Internship Program is the experience of a lifetime. And I think especially for students from the lower 48 and not from Alaska to actually come here and experience the Arctic firsthand and the challenges, I think it's absolutely life-changing. The future of this program looks fantastic. We're going to be adding a second cohort onto it and looking at bringing up a whole nother group of students. So we're probably doubling capacity because there's so much demand of students for the program. And I think this program's probably going to be integrated into the University of Alaska Anchorage for a long time.